His Majesty Emperor Guangzhou and Her Majesty the Empress Dowager Cixi, the old Buddha.
Your Majesty, Emperor Guangzhou, and Her Majesty, Empress Dowager.
Rise. The Emperor has turned 18 and has reached the age of maturity. Before he can assume imperial responsibilities as Emperor, he has to choose for himself an Empress, one who can look after him and guide him. Emperor, I have shortlisted some Manchurian ladies for presentation to you. They are of royal blood or are daughters of Manchurian nobles. Emperor. It's time for marriage as you are now 18. Choose the ladies from the families whom I have screened.
I will choose her in her teens. Her eyes are sparkling and her smiles through which wisdom beams.
Emperor, you must have lost your mind. It's a senseless dream.
It has always been in my dreams.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Have you grown to be more mature? I just wonder. Your perception and mine are poles apart. It behooves you to have a meeting of our hearts. Xiao Li, proceed with the selection ceremony.
咋? By order of the old Buddha, the selection of an empress commences now. Annu, daughter of Governor of Anhui. Asatan Qiuyun, daughter of Viceroy of Guangzhou. Patana Zhen'er, daughter of Viceroy of Guangdong and Guangxi Province. Patana Jing'er, daughter of Viceroy of Guangdong and Guangxi Province. Yeher Nana Jingfeng, daughter of Duke Guixiang.
Before you are ladies from noble families. Jingfeng, my niece, is your cousin. According to our imperial custom, whoever receives the jade scepter from the emperor's hand shall be the empress. So, Emperor, give this jade scepter to the lady of your choice. Has made his choice. Jingfeng, step forward. You are appointed the empress and shall be known as Empress Long Yu.
Thank you, O Buddha.
Congratulations, Emperor. You have chosen the right woman who I'm sure will get along well with me. Xiao Li, ask the Minister of Rites to choose an auspicious date for the imperial wedding.
咋？
Wait! You really mix my blood, boss with rage. Although it's my marriage as the head of state, like a puppet, others manipulate, like a bird in a cage. Be patient, your majesty, is a conspiracy, very blatant. Eternally. Don't I know some I'm happy? Generous heart will always be with your majesty.
Emperor, this is the imperial court. You have to conduct yourself with decorum. Empress Long Yu is the daughter of Duke Guixiang, your uncle. This marriage will consolidate your position as emperor of our great Qing Empire. Lest I be accused of being unkind to you, I shall let you have the two Tatara sisters as your concubines with the elevated status of Fei. They shall be known as Jing Fei and Zhen Fei. The rest of you will be appointed Gui Ren.
We thank you, O Buddha.
According to our laws in the palace, no concubine shall interfere with the administration of the country. Such prohibition order is inscribed on these plaques. Xiao Li, hand Jing Fei and Zhen Fei each a plaque to serve as a reminder.
咋？
Ladies, you are dismissed.
Long live your majesty. Long live, O Buddha.
Emperor, are you dissatisfied?
No, O Buddha.
Emperor. The eyes are signs of conveyance, yours are showing deep dissatisfaction. Probably you could have forgotten. Let me recount what had happened. Prevent pandemonium spreading throughout the nation. When you were 4 years old, I stood very firm. Install you head of the kingdom. As you had yet to reach the age of reason, I had to act as the regent. Time flies. With the blink of an eye, 14 years have passed by. Let me ask you, Emperor, do you know the meaning of your imperial name, Guangzhou?
Please enlighten me, O Buddha.
Wen Tonghe, as the Emperor's tutor, enlighten the Emperor.
That, Your Majesty, the name Guangzhou has a connotation of golden succession.
Emperor, see how much I care for you. I'm charting your destiny. I want you to embark on the path to golden succession. I have been regent out of necessity for 14 years, and now it's time to return to you the reins of government.
Your Majesty, O Buddha, here is the petition signed by all the princes and senior members of the Imperial Court unanimously requesting you to continue to serve as regent.
Oh, indeed. What have they said in the petition?
O Buddha, the Emperor though has reached age of maturity, he is inexperienced and still not ready to rule and govern such a vast country. We need someone who has great capability. Only O Buddha has such quality. O Buddha, we implore, continue regent to be.
Oh dear. I'm now placed in a difficult position. Let me hear from all of you.
O Buddha, you are still in good health. In order not to disrupt the process of continuity, O Buddha should carry on as regent. I, Rong, will always be at hand to protect you and the throne.
I, Li Hongzhang, is of the view that O Buddha is fit enough to continue as regent of the Qing Empire.
I, Prince Chen, support the petition.
Emperor, is a consensus of opinion asking me to be the regent. Act in accordance, there must be deferment to hand over the reins of government. Obedience must take precedence. Shall we prepare a document? Promote it, I continue to act as the regent. In order to prepare you to rule eventually, I shall allow you to exercise the functions of the emperor. However, no imperial decree or edict or announcement from the palace shall take effect without my concurrence. Is this understood, Emperor?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Li Hongzhang, what matters of the state require our urgent attention?
O Buddha, its national security, consequent to signing the first Sino-French treaty, it is imperative to revamp our navy, review and upgrade our defense strategies. Japan is amassing warfare facilities, becoming a threat to our country. We are most vulnerable in defense at sea. Foreign firepower, strong and mighty.
Do we have all the funds to beef up our navy?
We have, O Buddha. As chairman of the Board of Admiralty, I'm about to approve funds to strengthen the Navy. However, I've just received a proposal from Rong to construct a summer palace for O Buddha. If we were to build the summer palace, we will have to rechannel the funds meant for the Navy.
The summer palace is meant for old Buddha to live in leisure, in retirement in the later years.
Rong personal interest must go. Defend our country at all cost should be our motto. Depriving Navy of funds will cost morale so low. I will say no. Where else can we find more funds? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow and tomorrow, we can always borrow and borrow. A shrewd rabbit must have 3 barrows. The various foreign powers are only too glad to lend us money.
But we are already in debt with the foreign nations.
Your Majesty, do not worry. Where there is a willing taker, there is always a willing giver. This rabbit of China is lovable.
Rong Lu, leisure I forego. Xiao Li, the emperor imposes embargo. The summer palace, should I let it go? Xiao Li, do you think I deserve a summer palace? The emperor is dead against it.
O Buddha, the issue is not one of national interest versus private interest. The crux of the matter lies in filial piety.
Ah, filial piety.
Yes, filial piety takes precedence over all virtues. What's in a name? If His Majesty dislikes the name Summer Palace, then we can ask Prince Chung to change the name to Training School for Navy Cadets. Right, Prince Chung?
Yes.
But how are we going to explain to the Navy?
Your Majesty, we have a standard explanation. The government is not obliged to disclose its reasons. The men in our Navy are Your Majesty's soldiers. Theirs is not the reason why. Theirs is but to do or die.
Xiao Li, you are right. We pay them salaries, and therefore they solve our worries. Prince Chung, prepare my decree. Channel the funds to build the summer palace. Emperor, take heed. In this imperial court, there is only one inexorable policy, and that is man proposes, and I dispose. Court is dismissed.
In the year 1894, the Sino-Japanese War erupted. China's navy was virtually annihilated as its boats were no match against the Japanese warships using new and advanced weapons. China lost the war, resulting in the signing of the humiliating Treaty of Shimonoseki and causing China to surrender, amongst other things, land concessions. China's defeat and the signing of the Treaty of Shimonoseki aroused the spirit of patriotism amongst the Chinese scholars and also led to pockets of rebellion in the country. Outspoken scholars cried for reforms. The most famous of these scholars was Kang You-wei, who wrote an 18,000-word petition signed by 1,300 scholars waiting in Beijing to sit the imperial examination. These scholars, including Kang You-wei himself, were known as Juren. The name Juren was an official title given to the scholars qualified to sit the imperial examination in the capital of the country. This petition was submitted in May 1895, but it did not reach the emperor due to bureaucratic obstacles. This act by the 1,300 Juren, initiated by Kang You-wei, was known as the famous Public Vehicle Petition in 1895, written in Chinese as 公居上书. The scholar entrusted with this mission was Kang You-wei.
Day and night, night and day, it's just the same. So I say to Empress Dowager, I'm her pet. To the Emperor, I'm worse than a cat. As his Empress, I long to see him. For months and months, I have not seen. Where do you think the Emperor has been?
Be a little patient. Hear me say, just like you, my hair is turning grey. The emperor is busy, so the eunuch says. He keeps you and us all at bay. Of all the chosen women in the palace stay, the apple of his eye is only Zhen Fei. She is as pretty as the flowers in May. She is as bright as the morning sun's rays. Meeting the emperor, we have no way. She is with the emperor night and day, night and day.
Jing Fei, there is such envy and anger running through me. How I wish I could remove this thorn from my eyes.
Your Highness, I share your feelings, but there is nothing we can do. I too have not seen the emperor for months. Your Highness, I admire your perseverance. Every day you have been bringing bird's nest soup to the emperor's chamber, but to no avail. Aren't you tired of your efforts?
No, I will not give up. Do you know the saying? Sincerity cuts through the toughest stone. Your Majesty, Your Empress Longyu,
Jingfei,
pay respect to you. We have brought you your favorite bird's nest soup.
Greetings, Your Highnesses.
Rise.
Thank you, Your Highnesses. Is there anything your servant can do?
Xiao De-en, I have not seen His Majesty for months. I am concerned for his health. Go and announce our arrival.
Pardon me, Your Highness. According to the rules of the Imperial Court, no concubines are allowed to enter the Emperor's chamber unless summoned by the Emperor.
Rubbish! I am above such rules. I am no mere concubine. I am the Empress.
Forgive me, Your Highness. His Majesty has given instructions that no one else other than Zhenfei is allowed to enter his chamber. I'm just obeying instructions. Your Highness, please do not make my job difficult.
Xiao De-en, is Zhenfei in His Majesty's chamber now?
Your Highness, your servants see no evil, hears no evil, and does no evil. Your servant only knows how to take care of His Majesty and nothing else. Your Highnesses, please return to your chambers. Your servant takes leave now. Good day.
You!
Your Highness, please do not wait here in vain. Let us go back.
How can I swallow such humiliation by a servant? Zhenfei, I shall report you to the Empress Dowager.
Basking in the warmth of love and serenity. Zhenfei is one that with love showered by your Majesty. I'm like a petal in the sea, having found a shore for safety.
My dear Zhenfei, you should not compare yourself with the Empress. Let's not talk about that woman, lest it will spoil my mood. Zhenfei, besides giving me warmth and love, you also assist me in dealing with memorials submitted by various quarters. I've asked my tutor Wong Tonghe to arrange for tuition classes for you so that you can learn more foreign languages and foreign cultures. Times are changing. With the increasing presence of foreigners into our country, we need to understand their background better for more effective communications.
Yes, the world is opening up. We have to adapt to changes. My teachers, Mr. Wen Tingshi, Timothy Richard, Professor Martin agrees with me. Certain aspects of the Western culture can be introduced to our society and add qualities to our lives. Dancing, for example.
Dancing? My lady, may I have the first dance with you?
With pleasure, Your Majesty.
Doing? This is your study. How can you be in each other's arms? Unbecoming of an emperor, disgusting as an emperor. Dancing is a shameless behavior, tarnish the image of our ancestors.
Pardon me, O Buddha.
Zhenfei, you are a bad influence on the emperor.
Oh, Buddha.
Dancing is not shameless, is none of us
outrageous. You are insolent, beyond tolerance. Makes me furious, your disobedience. How dare you demonstrate confrontation? I have to discipline and teach you a lesson. 小李, mete out the usual punishment for a wagging tongue.
咋?
That will teach you a lesson to answer me back. Emperor, I have told you that after I pass on the powers of government to you, I shall retire to the summer palace to rest and pass time. But remember to report to me at least twice every week. No imperial decree affecting policy and change is to be issued without consultation with me. Emperor, did you hear me?
Yes.
Will you remember what I've just said?
Yes, O Buddha.
As for you, Zhenfei, reflect on your misbehavior and incur not my wrath again.
My dear Zhenfei, is it painful? That dog of Li Lianying, how dare he slap you so hard?
It's all right, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, Mr. Wen Tonghe, Your Majesty's teacher, and Mr. Kang Youwei, supervisor in the Ministry of Works, wish to seek audience with Your Majesty.
Kang Youwei? Oh, isn't he the one who mobilized 1,300 scholars to sign an 18,000-word of petition to the emperor?
Zhenfei, what is this mobilization of scholars and submission of petition to me? I have never received such petition.
Your Majesty, this was the petition by the scholars movement led by Kang Youwei several years ago in protest against the signing of the Treaty of Shimonoseki. The petition, however, never reached Your Majesty as it was blocked by the ministers. My teachers told me so.
A petition signed by 1,300 scholars is a serious matter. How dare my ministers not forward it to me? I must meet this scholar Kang Youwei. Xiao De'en, show them in.
咋?
Your humble servant,
Wong Tonghe,
Kang Youwei, pay our respects to Your Majesty and Lady Chen.
Rise and be seated.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Kang Youwei, are you the one who led the petition by the scholars' movements?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Mr. Wong, who withheld the petition from me?
Your Majesty, it was Prince Gong. He passed away 2 weeks ago. Kang Youwei, you have been longing to meet the emperor. Now is your chance to speak your mind.
Kang Youwei, what is the petition all about?
Your Majesty. The Treaty of Shimonoseki renders the Empire of Qing without dignity. annexation of land to the imperialists tantamounts to losing our sovereignty.
It was all Buddha's decision. I was powerless to stop the Wuzhang from signing this humiliating treaty in Japan.
Indignant and with boiling loyalty, the scholars nominated me to write a petition to your majesty, conveying our utmost human fury.
What did you propose in your petition?
Your majesty, the imperial court is full of fraud, from bottom to top, decay and rot. Corruption is rife and competence dies. It won't be long before Qing is gone. Avoid disaster. At once, institutes reforms.
Institute reforms? How can that be done? O Buddha has cautioned me that I should not burn the ancestral tablets.
Your Majesty, there has been a series of revolts and rebellions since the beginning of this century. Your Majesty, we must act now.
Kang Yue, let me hear your proposals in more concrete terms.
Your Majesty, to reform at once change both the education and the legal systems. Get rid of the Grand Council together with other related segments. Draft a constitution and in Peking quickly create a parliament. Establish more effective institutions. Abolish, demolish the old archaic governance. Replace with a constitution led by a monarch with a cabinet. Overhaul the present corrupt administration.
Today, it is really imperative that we reform. But what can I do with so much hindrance?
Your Majesty, the foreign powers recognize you as the Emperor of China. The spirit of the nation, the morale of the people is now at its lowest ebb. Your Majesty, exercise your powers of an emperor and save our country. Institute reforms before it is too late.
Yes, before it is too late. It is really imperative that we reform. But there is so much hindrance.
Your Majesty, you may not be aware of a most deadly conspiracy in the summer palace. Rong, Luli, Lian Ying, and the matriarch viciously planning a coup d'etat aimed at ousting your Majesty. This is the plot. On the pretense of inviting your Majesty to Tianjin to review the newly trained troops, the Empress Dowager, through Rong, the Commander-in-Chief of the army, will abduct your Majesty and compel your Majesty to abdicate the throne so that she could become the Emperor in name and in fact.
to panic. Your Majesty, I have already a plan up in my sleeve.
Tell me.
Empress Dowager, crafty and sinister, devoid of caliber, she causes disasters. Qing, court, the entire, listens to her, all maneuvers, puts fingers in all matters. Building her summer palace, she has emptied the state coffers, removed the others of the same feather. I the thought of a plan, remove them forever, send someone to Tianjin to be the forerunner, assassinate Rong Lu, remove the commander, beseech Yiheyuan, abduct Empress Dowager, force her relinquish all powers.
Come your way. What shall we do? Should not agree.
Then go one step further.
Speak up. Execute her.
Execute the Empress Dowager? That's treason.
Must we use such draconian measures?
Your Majesty, remember the story of Zheng Jianggong in the Zhou dynasty, who, in order to protect the throne, had to get rid of his mother.
Your Majesty, sometimes one has to be cruel in order to be kind. We are dealing with a monster.
Your Majesty, the Qing Empire is on the brink of collapse. You have to save your people from fire and water.
It seems that I have no choice. But who can we send to Tianjin? Kang Youwei, do you have someone in mind? Yes, Your Majesty. Yuan Sikai, the training officer for the army in Tianjin, is the most suitable person. He is outside, awaiting Your Majesty's orders.
Kang Youwei, Yuan Sikai is the subordinate of Yonglu. Do you think Quee can trust him with this important assignment?
What makes you think Yuan Sikai will not betray me? Your Majesty, Yuan Sikai was also a member of our Tianxue Society I founded in Peking to gain support for my reform movement. Like other members, Yuan Sikai shares our belief in instituting reforms to save our country. As a further assurance, perhaps Your Majesty could consider promoting him to the same rank as Rong Lu. Good. Summon Yuan Sikai.
咋？
Your humble servant Yuan Sikai pays respect to Your Majesty and Lady Zhen.
Rise.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yuan Sikai, His Majesty intends to send you on an important assignment. Would you accept it?
Yes. As a loyal servant of His Majesty, I must also share Your Majesty's concerns and worries.
This is a highly dangerous assignment which may cost you your life.
As a Confucian scholar, I believe that one should die for righteousness rather than to live and keep righteousness. Your Majesty, please tell me the details of the assignment.
Yuan Sikai, I intend to send you to Tianjin to assassinate Rong Lu and replace him as the commander-in-chief of the army. Are you willing to accept this assignment?
I'm willing to sacrifice my life for Your Majesty. Please issue the Imperial order.
You shall have it. At once prepare Tianjin bound. Do be cautious, safe and sound. Yuan Sikai, in you we trust.
Please wait for the good news, Your Majesty. Your servants take leave now. I'm locked in the horns of a dilemma. Before I go sky high, I must decide which side of the bread my butter lies.
Kang Youwei, this Imperial edict announces your appointment as chief of the Zhongli Yamen. Henceforth, you will report to me directly. Proceed as planned.
Ja, your servants take leave.
Your Majesty, you need to take a rest now. I'll serve you your bird's nest soups.
Zhenfei, suddenly I have a feeling that all is not that well. Do you think I acted too rashly? Can Yuan Sikai be trusted?
Your Majesty, remember this saying, use not a person whom you doubt, and doubt not a person whom you use.
Dangerous ground. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown.
Training officer of the new army in Tianjin, Yuan Sikai, begs an audience with old Buddha.
Yuan Sikai, you are supposed to be in Tianjin now, making preparations to execute our plan. Why are you here without being summoned?
I'm here to protect old Buddha from imminent danger. Please take a close look at this.
An imperial execution order? By a thunderbolt. emperor, the ungrateful monarch, after all that I have done for him? Yuan Shikai, you shall be handsomely rewarded. Proceed to the Hall of Tranquility and wait for my orders.
Sir, your servant takes leave now.
Xiao Li, we shall have to change our plan and move fast immediately. We must preempt the emperor. Yuan Shikai is an opportunist. Since he can betray the emperor this time, he can betray us in future. Xiao Li, remove Yuan Shikai.
Wait, oh Buddha, please hold on. Yuan Shikai like a toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. He is still very useful to us. Sweet be the uses of adversity.
There is some sense in your judgment. Keep him under surveillance, exploit him to maximum. To the palace we return, the Emperor Xiao Li you summon. Let's see who will emerge